Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream. Today we're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's actually a continuation of a flight from Brussels to Entebbe via, actually Brussels to Brussels via Kigali and Entebbe. And yeah, so last time we left off the flight here at Kigali, we were meant to continue on, but I was having issues with the sim itself. In fact, so an issue with the controls. So the joystick, well, joystick and total setup I have is the Turtle Beach flight deck, I think it is, and yeah, one of the mapped buttons actually well, broke basically. So I was having issues with the braking system. So basically, it was applying a certain amount of brakes, so I was having to use a lot of power just to get the aircraft to roll. So I managed to sort the issue, fixed it, bound the key to bound the braking system, braking controls to another key, and almost like I'm going to get a replacement for the whole setup, because there's a lot more issues, including some of the lighting, which is not really much of an issue, but it is something that needs to be well, I'm still able to get a new one, get it replaced, and obviously that will come with a fixed, well, better everything. So with that said, yeah, we're parked at the gate 2, which is where we left off last time, and we're just going to continue on to our final destination, which is going to be Entebbe. It's a very short flight. We're looking to cruise around about 29,000 feet with cruising time just roughly about 20 to 30 minutes or so. But obviously, the climb and descent is around about 20 minutes either side, so total time probably about an hour. Then obviously I had to program the aircraft, program the CDU, load the cargo and the passengers, and then push back and taxi to our takeoff runway, which is going to be runway 10, which is opposite to the landing runway, because runway 10 does not have ILS frequency, so the much more the preferred runway is runway 28. But with that, as you can see, all the doors are open. I'm just going to load it, get ourselves ready to go. So usually I would start slightly further down, further into the programming and loading and everything like that. But I thought, because I rarely fly the A330, so I will go through the slightly more in-depth procedure. So we left it in the turnaround state. So I'm sort of just going to step a couple of steps back before we can actually depart. But yeah, so quick look around. Obviously, beautiful texturing as always, beautiful view with the sunset in Kigali. So going to be slightly a night flight. The real life flight, which is SN Brussels or SN 491. It's a beautiful. It's it is a real life service that Brussels Airline and actually KLM um, um, service to Africa, so Entebbe and other countries, of course. But this is actually real life. I've actually flown on both the Brussels Airline and the KLM service. They sort of go through the same route, which is with Brussels Airline, it's Brussels to Kigali to Entebbe to back to Brussels, and the KLM is from Amsterdam Schiphol to Kigali, then to Entebbe, then back to Kigali. So usually just taking off passengers, loading passengers, and then some passengers well, following on to Entebbe will stay on the aircraft, and then they'll depart, and then they'll load the full last. So by the time they depart from Entebbe, they've got the full flight. But with that, let me head back into the cockpit. I don't know why the door's not open, but I'm not here to deal with any of that. So we can now head back to the cockpit and start start to prepare for departure. So try and see if it's going to be try and make it an on-time departure, which is 8 p.m. local time. But we'll see how it goes. So let's first things first, let's get this data from SimBrief, which I've just updated recently. Update, and then I'm also going to get yeah, I have to use the so what did I do? HRY, there we go. So something's happened and I don't like it. I press the button. So there's so many keys that are bound that I'm not really familiar with, but anyway, so let's go back, HRYR, so let's now got the weather information there ready. And okay, I'm gonna open one left 1 and left 2, so we can now start to get people on the aircraft to get the aircraft done. So usually in real life, when you're on this quick stopover at Kigali, we usually have teams come in and do a quick clean up before we depart to your final to Entebbe, or if you're going back to Brussels probably as well. So stairs are attached, doors are open. Let's now get GSX coming to the aircraft. First thing I'm going to request is the catering, and I'm also going to request the request refueling. So both will be coming. So catering service will come up attached to the right 4 and right 1 door, obviously to get the food in for the I'm guessing for the entire remainder of the journey. So they'll be coming to the aircraft and touching quite soon. So while that's being done, I've done the basics. So I'm putting the QNH and also cruising altitude. We don't need to put anything else because most of that will be managed by the flight computer or the autopilot. So let's come to the MCDU, clear any of these messages that come up. Happy with that, just double check with that, make sure everything is good. And then let's go to the performance visualization page, and we're going to request the flight plan from SimBrief. That comes in almost immediately. We can now go to the second page, and we should have got all that information in could have added that information to the payload page directly from SimBrief. So this is what I'll do now. I'm going to click the SimBrief, and this is the information that we have for the next flight. So zero fuel weight is 160 tons. The 160 tons, and we've got 12.466 tons of fuel. I'm going to apply that, make it instantaneously, so everything is there that we need. Panel state, don't need to deal with that. Probably ground page is going to be one that the ground page and operations flight plan is what we're going to be mostly dealing with now. So got a bond, which means that everything's been loaded. So we can now go to here and get this extra information in. So first things first, we're going to go with zero fuel weight, which is 160. Plant fuel, you have to do that in manually. So total fuel so far, so estimated fuel on board is 12.5, sorry, not 2.5, so 12.5, which is give us a rough estimate, or even 2.4. Just so we're happy with that. So wind information, or cruise wind information, we got minus 11, which is I think headwinds, tailwinds. So minus 11, and it's headwinds. Sorry, yeah, it's just minus. Well, that just means that we're gonna have to compensate for the. Anyway, ignore me. I was just getting myself confused there. So we're going to go to iris initialization, and that's where all the iris are aligned, all three, and we've got accurate GPS position. Alright, so let's get to the next part. So we're going to so we're going to go to wind. We're going to go and request wind information. So all that's in, so we don't have to worry about anything else. So back to the initialization page, just double check, make sure everything is right. So departing from Kigali to Entebbe, and the alternate is HKEL, and flight number is SN491, cost to base is 35, cruising altitude is 39,000 feet. I'm happy with that. Now go to the next part, but before I do that, I will need to go to actually flight plan page, and we're going to need the fix information, so we can have a rough idea of what we're looking at. While I'm doing that, I can also start here and use the first officer's computer to load that information. So I really don't like when it does the automatic instrument selection. So our star, so I said is ALSA, so it's ALSA 1D. Alright, so ALSA 1D, which is this one, no transitions, so I'm just going to set that directly. So let's get some wind information, sorry, some fixed information here. So HRYR, and I'm just going to have a 10-kilometer ring around the airport, so I just have a rough idea of where we are in the phase of flight. And then our destination is HUEN, which is Entebbe, and we're going to put a 20-kilometer ring around the airport. Go to the next page, HUEN, and we're going to put a 10-kilometer ring, and last page, HUEN, and that's a 5-kilometer ring. So the 5-kilometer ring just lets us know usually roughly where the ground or the tower give us a clearance to land. Alright, so let's get the arrival information in. So we're arriving at runway 17, which is the only runway at Entebbe with the ILS frequency, and we're using the Mandi star. Scroll down, and it's going to be Mand 1A. No transitions to worry about. There usually is, but I think I'm just going to go with none for now. And that's it. So what I'll do now, put the map into plan mode, increase the range a bit, push it down, so I'm just kind of over-clicked it there. And let's cycle through and see if there are any gaps in the flight plan or anything that needs fixing. So we pass out, first left, we have first issue, which is going to be the data. So hopefully, yeah. So I think it's 2 waypoints sort of occupying the same space. It just doesn't like it. So instead it just freaks out. Anyway, so runway 10, and we have a speed limiter already because it's quite high altitude. Actually, I think we're like 1,000 feet above sea level. Yeah, 4,900, no, not 5,000 feet above sea level. So I'll climb out and over the below 10,000 speed and altitude speed constraint. Reach to that very quickly. Alright, so next is limit, then to Tata, ALSA, Optex, sorry, yeah, I don't know what's happening there. There's a couple of Optex on top of the descent, sorry, my bad there, so it's top of the descent, and then to land, taxi, then full deck, then really this should be our transition, Avoli, then coming in for landing, and then if you do go around, climb out, turn left, about 10 kilometers, so climb out, follow runway heading for about 10 kilometers, second turn, make a left turn, and circle back to land, but we'll be holding at Entebbe and our ground altitude is 8,000 feet, which is also going to be our transition altitude. Alright, I'm happy with the flight plan, no gaps at all. Double check again. Yep, no gaps. Now go to the performance page. Get rid of the fuel here for a bit. We're going to go to. Don't worry about radio. We have ILS at the moment, and the VOR ones are going to be automatically uplinked. I think from the company, so just lets us know where the beacons are, or the waypoints are, things like that. So even where other airports are. So you can now go to the performance page, and with that I can now come over here. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if the catering has already been or not. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, catering complete. Fueling requested. So usually when you request the fueling, it will come after all the passengers are boarded. So let's request the boarding. I'm not going to touch the tug just yet. So now the windows come, and so there's the trailer. So the buses also should be coming in to bring in the passengers. In real life, it's just a quick walk from there to there. So when I flew a year back, I think it was last year, we parked somewhere over there. So I was just literally get a quick short burst to here, then we walk. But yeah, you can never walk up a bus, but there's no jet bridge. Alright, so let's go to the takeoff calculation. So I'm going to sync everything up. Just quickly go through it. Takeoff runway 10. The distance of the runway length is 3,500 meters. Heading is 99 or 99.8, or it's about 100, which is roundabout runway heading in real life. So runway 10 will be 100 degrees on the compass. Surface is dry. Winds are 130 at 5, so very low winds, nothing to worry about during the climb out. Outside temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. So sorry, Americans, I prefer Celsius. Altimeter is 1020 centimeter scale. Takeoff weight is 171.9 tons. Takeoff flaps 1. There we go, passengers are coming on now, they're climbing up the stairs. Nice little gentleman here with his scaffold, like officially for everyone to come on board. Got it icing, and we don't need to force tow gas. So we're going to look at the calculation, and this is our performance performance page, performance calculation. So we're going to use Flex 53, V1 is going to be 149, VR 153, V2 153, which is quite strange. So anyway, not to worry too much. Maximum takeoff weight preferred is 280.6 tons. Center of gravity is 26.6. Thrust, sorry, the trim is flaps 1 up 4.2. Alright, that's that. So that's been sent. Okay, yeah. So we need to send it to the FMC or MCU, and there we go. So yeah, so let's confirm that in and double check, make sure everything's right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Transition altitude is 9,000 feet, and then let's go through the next phase and probably dial in some of the information for our landing, for our arrival. So 22 is going to be our decision height. Transition altitude, as mentioned earlier, is 8,000 feet. So let's just get all the extra stuff in, and then let's pop into the dashboard and we can update. I don't know why it's not updated. Oh, there we go. So QNH is 1017. 1017. And so let's see which is the temperature. So temperature, I think we've got 23 degrees Celsius. So temperature is 23. And wind information is what is it? Yeah, it's sort of the raw data. So I'm still getting used to it. I don't really use. I use the more simplified version, but anyway. Alright, so there we go. So 160 at 6 knots. So 160 at 6 knots. Put that in, and that's all. That's all the information that we're going to need to worry about so far. That's pretty much it, I believe. Yeah, let's check. Wait for system to response. Let's see. Don't have to worry about that. That's done automatically. The only other thing is probably the we don't have mileage stream, so that'll be automatically building once we start to approach. Once we're approaching Entebbe. Okay. What's the fuel information? So that's the fuel information in it. I'm gonna request that. So I just don't have to worry about that. Just as long as we have the information in, so request. All that's in as well. So that is that, I believe. Let's just now wait for the passengers to board and we can go on our way. And also we should have started the so I'll turn on the TCAS to stand by, and everything else that needs to be on. Unfortunately, this center screen is not on, so that's unfortunate. What I'll also do is to close the door. Those passengers boarding, and close the door, and I'm gonna also lock the door. So let me see if they'll show it, if it shows you the passengers walking past, if it's actually a live video. I doubt it is. So video in use, let's see. Well, it doesn't show the it's just a still photo. I was always curious about that, but I suppose it's the same on FPS. So I'm gonna selectively head into managed mode, and the speed is also be managed by the computer. I'll select altitude to be managed as well. So all that is done from my side, I believe. So just sit patiently and wait for the passengers to load. So actually, I think we don't need any of that on because it's not the temperature's just not it's not worth it. So I'm gonna turn on the smoking sign and sit back and then just wait for the passengers to board. Oh, there we go. Boarding or cargoes have been loaded. So I'm guessing the loaders are going to start to depart the aircraft. We've got a few more passengers to board before we can call it in and close the doors and head on out. So let me just double check, see the audio is correct. Oh, okay, I think there's an issue in the sorts out. So in the cockpit, the audio is a little bit off. There we go, more passengers coming in. So hopefully, which boards us a little bit quicker than that. A little bit quicker. So chase down a bit, bring that up, and back into the cockpit. Lost a few frames there. Alright, so let me see if I can sort these. No, I can't sort the sound. So it should be in the mixer. Let me see if I can reduce the audio of the sim itself just a tad bit, and that's it. So let's just wait for the last bit of passengers to board, and yeah, we can push out. When I was actually transiting at Kigali, I kind of walked out to the back door here and had a nice little, took a few nice photos of the back of the wing here. But yeah, so anyway, that's passengers. We've got about 41 passengers left. I'm not going to count all this, but I don't know if it's counted from the bus or it's counted from when they cross the threshold into the aircraft itself. But anyway, not that many passengers to go yet, so just gonna wait for probably another bus or two. But I would feel more comfortable starting the engine. And anyway, so pushback is going to be the next thing. So as mentioned previously, GSX does not do 90 degrees very well. But what I could do, I could manually perform the pushback. So right up to about there before we start the engines. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I don't think it will. I think it'll just take us there, then park us right next to the 737 around there. I can't see the taxi line as that well, but yeah, I don't think we have a 90 degrees nose to the left kind of thing. But just waiting for that bus to go. Really, they should be stacked up. I think that would be the better option to stack the buses two at a time. But anyway, I'll have to change the settings at some point. So speed up the boarding, passenger boarding for a bit. But yeah, it's a very short flight. Very little to do. Well, actually, a lot to do because it's all condensed. Um, but I'm sort of working with my sort of with the checklist in my head instead of actually one that is provided in the EFB, I believe. Electronic flight bag, I think is what it's called. It's like a tablet. Well, it is a tablet. So I think there are some checklists. No, there we go. So there's some checklists provided by uh, Inibuilds and Asobo, but it's just going through all that, like oxygen test, bishop probes, things. This is like the pre. I could do this actually. Just make sure that I've done them all. I've sort of done them all. I'm just sort of going through my head. Antenna, anti-collision lines, landing lines. So just making sure everything is a pre-walk around. So this is before I started the sim. So I've gone through all these. Static discharge, check. That's actually quite interesting. Back to the cockpit, see if that's where is it? So there's, yeah, it's just, oh yeah, it's just real life. It's just the real life. So hydraulic lines. So this is just making sure. This is what I think they will be seeing on the walk around. Maybe access door closed to train. So it's quite a lot. It's 76. So waiting for a bus to come. I think the fuel truck is also going to come as well. So yeah, this is like the checklist of passing. The captain goes through the crew goes through before they walk around. So these things are looking out for. Just make sure everything is good. Nothing is obstructing the lighting and things like that. So preliminary cockpits 50 as well. There's a lot of things to go through, as you can see. But it's a simulation, so everything is always good. Everything is always good. Apart from if you actually if you're actually flying the PMDG, you can actually add a couple of things like a fault develop. You can sort of get a randomized fault that can happen either in flight, on the ground, things like that. So you can have you can even set up for a engine failure uh, uh, during takeoff, that kind of thing. But anyway, so now we get to the cockpit preparations. This is the stuff that I went through, or I'll most likely be going through whenever I'm on a stream. So beacon lights, landing lights, things like that. So seatbelt signs, no smoking, park slow, ELDC page. Okay, so is the trim. I need to check the trim as well, but I haven't pressurized the hydraulics yet, so we haven't had the barking dogs, which everyone seems to complain about. Everyone seems to be worried about whenever the first time travelers and if people flying, let's say the A321 or even any Airbus, any old Airbus, is that whenever the hydraulics are pressurizing, it sounds as though dogs are barking below in the cargo hold. So there's quite a unique sound to it, but you'll hear it when starting the second engine. So it'll probably be engine number 1 will be our second engine that will be starting up. But yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of things to go through. So most of this I sort of committed them to memory. So so loudspeaker, flight directors. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's a very detailed checklist, which I suppose that's what they're going for, especially as Inibuilds are sort of pushing this as a steady level aircraft. There are a lot of systems that are still not inoperative or inoperate. But oh yeah, I can actually sort this out. So I'm going to put this to arc, just to range, and then we'll get radar information. So the first officer is going to have weather information, so the clouds and stuff like that, and then I'll have the terrain information. But yeah, that's my part, our part so far. All you have to do now is just wait for the bus to bring the final customers or passengers. Just still waiting. It's strange because really should not freeze like that. So no idea what's happening. Quest. So boarding is complete. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. All right. So with that, I believe that we can operate the stairs, and while the stairs are departing, I'll go back into the cockpit, and then let's start the APU. So unless they're sending the fuel truck, I hope not, because I've already got the fuel that I need anyway. But so what I'll do is I'll start the master switch, APU master switch, and then press the APU start. So that's gonna wind up. There we go. So passengers, so the refueling is coming on soon. Smoke sign is on. Seatbelt signs can go to the off position. All right. Let's just wait. There you go. The fuel truck is coming. So it's a whole tanker. They're not using the below ground fueling system. So stairs are gone, and we can now just wait for the fuel truck to come and fuel us up. So by now, last passengers are sort of settling in, and the cabin crew just running around like headless chickens, trying to get everything ready before departure. But we're going to be, so briefly, we're going to be pushing back to run about there, hopefully behind. I think it's going to be behind the A3 737, but most likely we'll probably just push it straight. But we'll taxi that way to taxi to the right all the way to to this part, which is a new part. a new section, a new taxiway section that was recently added. Taxi all the way to the end, which is runway 10 there, and then we'll start a takeoff roll, which will go past the main terminal building, and then take off, turn left, and head on to Entebbe. Alright, so there we go. So the guys are now detaching the fuel pumps themselves. Okay. Okay, use loader to load estimate for fuel on board. So what I'm going to do, just for the fact that I had a similar issue last time. Oh, the bulk door is still open. Okay, so ground. Let's close the bulk door, and then let's go to payload, and then let's set payload. Go instantaneously. I could increase the fuel by 2 tons, but I'm gonna have faith in Simbrief, and hopefully they've given us the right calculation, fuel calculation for the flight. They're still waiting for us, because I have selected. Alright, so let's try again. So what I'll do is I'll request for Simbrief, and then let's set it instantaneously. That usually fixes it. So payload applied. So 12.4 tons. So let's make sure that GXS gets my request. So you can see all doors are closed, armed as well. Alright, so it's not doing what I want. Let me see if I can speed this up. So let's go 0.5. No. 500. I'm gonna go instant. It's gonna keep giving me that information, but come on, fuel up. So we've not been billed yet. It says fuel incomplete. Let's have a look. They're not detaching. So I'm going to find out how to do this, because one thing that's always gives us a snag is always the fueling. Let's have a look. Let's just go for a walk. Nope. Okay, that's fine. That's good then. It's done. Okay. So while he's detaching, I can now start the APU. Fuel master. APU start switch. Turn on the fuel pumps, and wait for the APU to come to life. Well, that's also happening, and the obviously fuel truck. Foxtrot offers, Foxtrot Oscars. I'm gonna request the pushback. Yeah, I can hear the APU is now spooling up. So QNX has changed a bit, so it's 1020. Hello Captain, we're ready to push back. Good stuff. It would be good if I could hear your voice, but yeah, it's just frustrating anyway, but that's fine. So APU is still at 56%. Very slow APU boot up. Do we need anything to worry about anything else? Or simply to detach the GPU. Alright. So once the APU start switch goes to available, there we go. We can now turn on the bleed air, turn off the ground power, turn on the beacon lights, turn on the seat belts, and also toggle the GPU, so the GPU is not attached. And that's that for that page. I do need to, because I need to turn sort of mess around with the lighting. I would have preferred if they did the PM to G thing and sort of made the lighting control automatic. Alright, so we can now change some views, so we can have some cinematics. Alright, so we need to turn the nose to the left, and I'm going to wait to go back to turn off the the parking brakes. But I think I'm happy to continue. Get rid of these just in case I forget, and then let's initiate the pushback. So parking brakes off, and then I'm going to start to push back now. Good. Go to GSX settings. Push there. Automatic staircase. Allow automated staircase. I can disable staircase. Let's wait to do that. Passengers detect aircraft. Follow me. So it's not that. I'm looking for the pushback, but I think that's in the customized aircraft. Yeah, pushback raise, that's good. I don't know why they're turning us to the left. Cargo airplane, no, it's okay. We don't have to worry about anything. So I'm going to wait until we've completed the pushback before we start the engine, because they're pushing us the wrong way completely. I don't know why the wing guides are way off. There we go. So turning left. I don't know how much left. I believe it's going to stop us just behind this 737, sorry, run there, but could be a complete U-turn. There we go. See, only does 90 degrees. Anything beyond 90 degrees just confuses them. And our wing walkers are pretty much confused as well. He's walking back that way, I'm walking that. So should stop the pushback fairly soon. Okay, while they're doing that, I can't really start engines because we've got an aircraft fairly close to us. So, well, it doesn't really make a difference because we're getting closer to it really, but it's usually best to wait until clear of any, if there's no aircraft in the behind you. It's usually so that when you start engines, you're not. Alright, so stop here and complete the pushback. So we're going to stop here, I'm going to set the parking brakes, and now I can start the engines. Alright, so I'm going to put the engine start switch to ignition, or ignition start, and I'm going to select engine number 2. So I'm just going to zoom back, just watch it. I hear the sounds and the visuals of the engines coming to life. Alright, so engine number 1 so engine number 2 is stable and available. You can now start engine number 1. You should hear the usually you'd hear the actually I think it's A321, but you usually hear the dogs barking, which is the hydraulics pressurizing. Usually happens when the second engine is starting up. what I'll do is I'll get rid of the ground, so just confirm to good engine starts. They should now detach from the aircraft. So I'm going to be a little bit impatient, and I'll start setting up for takeoff. So flaps 1, arm spoilers, just double check flight controls. That's fuel, so flight controls is there. 4.2 has been automatically set for us. I thought there was some footwell lights. It's just footwell warmers. My places. Okay, that's why I thought there were. I thought there was. I think it's just in the A350. But anyway, that's all you have to do. So with that, I can now turn off the cabin lights and pop back to this main page. So there you go. The top goes. I can quickly go through the flight controls. Left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full down, sorry, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Okay, there was a setting I just seen that I wasn't happy with. Where is it? Rudder controls tiller, so I'm going to put that to this, no. Auto tiller disconnect, yes. Yeah, okay, that's all I need to change. Alright, that's happy with that. I can now turn off the APU bleeds and APU master, and turn off the cockpit lights or the storm lights. Set those to so there's a test. Set them to bright, and where is it? There they are. So turn these off. Let's have a slightly darker cockpit so we can actually see better in the dark. So engine start selector or ignition start to, when I set that to normal, I usually set it to crank if it's raining, but it's not, it's dry, so that's good. With that, I believe we can now make sure there's no blues here. So I'm going to set the auto brakes to max. Cabin, I'm going to press and hold. I think it is press and hold. I really don't know. I'm going to have to look into this. It's one thing I've always been passing off, but it's how to actually there we go, cabin is ready. Turn off so it's automatically plays what it believes what we need. Alright, so taxi light and taxi turn off lights. Taxi lights, there we go. And release the brakes. Start rolling. A little bit of power because we have to take a very sharp left turn here, seeing that's the GSX did not complete the job, or did not do a good job. Really, we should have pushed us all the way there and then back somewhere over there. So alright, so as you can see, the thrust issue has been fixed, I believe. Yeah, well, it has been fixed, but you know, I believe that's it. Happy with any of that. Working now. To your config, just set to normal. Really, you meant to do it after you've done the brake test. So, pedal press. It's good. Alright, so apply a little bit more power and let's roll a little bit faster so we can get this flight on the way. Alright, so this first taxiway here next to the helipad is where the aircrafts that are landing usually exit the runway from. So usually you're supposed to continue on down here. By the way, this is a Kigali airport, which is actually compatible with the MSFS 2020 and 2024, and I bought it from Sim Market. I didn't even know that it was available on there. So yeah, they've done a good job. It's really good. Protection is really good. So yeah, you can actually check it out if you fancy some African flights or flights to Africa. So first off, I'm just going to have the flight plan mode. I'm going to have the performance mode, so I can have a quick look at the speeds and just commit them to memory. It's a beautiful departure out of Kigali, so as you can see, it's quite high up. It's quite high up over most of Kigali. But anyway, let's apply a little bit of braking here. Stop here, turn on some lights that we need. Okay, so things first, hold here, and I'm going to select a better view. Alright, so let me see, view number, I'm going to go view number 3. So turn on the wing lights, and also turn on the strobe lights, which I forgot which one it is. There we go, strobe lights on. There you go, strobe lights on. Could now request galley ground. No, I don't know why it's not giving us a tower. So let's pop back into the cockpit and see if we can. Maybe we need to get a little bit more closer to the holding line here. Let's have a look. There we go. Now she's requested it. So that's move just an inch, basically. Alright, so one thing I nearly forgot to do. Let's do. And also with OBS as well. I've got clearance for takeoff. I can turn off. Oh, sorry. I can turn on the landing lights and also the takeoff lights. Nose wheel takeoff lights. So it's a nice little brighter, a little bit brighter. So we'll look left. No one is landing. Apply a little bit more power so we can roll a little bit faster. So I don't think I've ever taken off on runway 28 anyway, which is right at the other end, so it's quite a long taxi before circling back. Yeah, but runway 10 is on like here, so you don't have to taxi for that long. Alright, so I usually prefer completely dark cockpit. That's PDF. Yeah, I'll fiddle with that later on once we get in the air. So yeah, here I would probably let the cabin crew know that we're ready for takeoff. Please take your seats and don't move it until I tell you to, or until we turn off the stop smoking sign. I think that's what most airlines use to communicate between cabin crew and between cockpit and cabin crew. If they need to get their attention, they just turn the smoking sign on and off, or off and on. Okay, we're very strange turning circle, but nearly there. Okay, let's just settle in for a bit. Let's start a bit. Sorry, roll a bit onto the runway. Start the clock. And here we go. Firing parts around about 50%. Man flex SRS and runway. Check. Airspeed alive. Apply a bit of nozzle pressure or forward pressure. And knots. 100. So I have my hands on the throttle. Good. 1. Rotate. Once you're ready to climb, gear up. Pull the nose a little bit higher. I'll show a nice little view of Kigali as we climb out. Lower the nose a bit, so we'll start to accelerate as well. And we're going to put the throttle to climb mode. I'm happy with that. Let's bring the nose right to the center of the flight director and turn autopilot 1 on. Alright, and that gives us opportunity. Actually, first of all, we're going to turn off the unarm the ground spoilers.
Keep speed not above 210 knots. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy.
And speed check flaps up.
Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy requests destination change to Entebbe.
Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy is cleared Entebbe Airport as filed. Squawk 0711.
Alright, so that's takeoff checklist. Runway turn-off flights off. After takeoff checklist complete.
Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy. Read back correct. Radar contact 8,100 feet. QNH 1020. Continue to Warsaw. Following heading 015. Brazil. On navigation.
To Warsaw following heading 045. Proceed on course. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy.
As you can see, we're already coming up to 9,000 feet. I'll increase, change to arc mode and then increase the range a bit so we can have a nice little view of the our flight path as we climb out of our transition altitude. Barometer set to standard. And as you can see here, our top of climb very close to our top of descent. So we haven't got all that much time to do much. Yeah, that's Kigali. Beautiful, beautiful city, very clean city. But comes at a cost, obviously. The program is very, very strict. What is it? Sorry. So we do need the compass on. So what we'll do now is to turn off the wing lights, landing lights, and nose wheel lights as well. Now put the smoking sense to auto, and we'll continue our acceleration and climb out of Kigali. So as I mentioned earlier, it is a very underpowered aircraft, so I have a hard time taxiing around. I'm sorry, climbing to our cruising altitude, which as mentioned earlier is 29,000 feet. So far, I don't think we have any constraints, so we'll just climb straight to our cruising altitude. Probably be cruising for about 17 nautical miles before we start our descent. What I could do is just increase the rate of the climb just a bit, so we can get there in good time. I'm gonna go to performance, so performance page, and I want to change the cost index to 100 just for the climb. Once we get to our cruising altitude, then I'll select the right, because I prefer to have more time in the cruise mode. It's going to slow us down just a tad bit, which is not good. In fact, you know what? I'll let the autopilot manage the climb. So with that, I can also turn off the seatbelt signs, so I'll put them in auto, so to allow the passengers sort of stretch their legs a little bit before we have to sort of start our descent again. Alright, so we're gonna go to the checklist. So all this is what we've gone through. Technical data, seating position. It's a very dark cockpit. Use these lights at least. And then there's the map lights. And then we have the console. We don't have to worry about that for now. Okay, let's get the desk out. Been in the air just about 7 minutes already. Checklist complete. Engine start. Signs, MTBU, fuel quantity, barrel set. Checklist complete. Before engine start. So there's a lot of checklists to go through even before you get to the engine start. In flight is probably our next one. But most of this is sort of, like I said, it's committed to memory. So transponder, engine start. Start engine number 1. So it's recommends starting with the engine number 1 and then engine number 2, but I start in the other in reverse. Or how I normally start is just engine number 2. I think a lot of airlines do that. Start with engine number 2 first. But with the new aircrafts that have automatic engine start, you can just start both engines at the same time, or in the 747. I think even the A380, you can actually start 2 engines at the same time. I think it's mainly because it's sort of drawing the air for the compressors from the bleed air. Alright, so engines, so the thrust is not in the right position. There we go. Briefing, signs on, flaps, takeoff flaps, and that's checklist complete. Apart from V speeds as well. In-flight, runway lined up, strobe lights on, did all that. TCAS, cabin crew, sliding table stored away, packs 1 and 2 as required. Before takeoff runway, cabin crew, TCAS, packs, all that's done. Takeoff, yeah, takeoff thrust, it's more for so flex temperature, so yeah, command flex SRS FMA, thrust set. So all this is, like I said, committed to memory. Gone through most of it already. And since once you've got in the air, you can now just pull pulling the flaps, turn the external lights off. Let's have a look. What's missing? What did I miss? What did I not take? Oh, the exterior lighting. So that's what we got another 10,000 feet. FP mass actually bleed they're off, so that's after takeoff. So supposedly you have to have the AP on until you are in the air. Oh, okay. Or just could be just a double check. Okay. And obviously the climb checklist. It's just about 20,000 feet now, and then barrel set below 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. Ecam memo. Nothing to worry about. Did have this quad tank crossfeed. Kind of bothered us a bit in the previous flight. Don't have to worry about that. I'm not really gonna faff about with that for now. Navigate optimum. So yeah, there's a lot of checklists. Oh yeah, this is the climb, so still fine. You can just reference it and come back to it. As according to the alright, descent. So that's one that we're not dealing with yet. Zoom out a bit, then sort of our flight path to Entebbe. Very short flight, very short flight. Surprisingly, usually by the time you get to cruise out, you're already descending. But yeah, don't know what else there is to do. Never is anything to do actually once you got to this phase of flight. Pretty much everything is being monitored by the autopilot. Basically, the autopilot saying, "I've got you, I've got you." I'll have the ground on this page. Turn on the lights. Still on the to actually see what they're doing, and the cabin crew should just God knows what they'll do for the shot. Such a short flight. I think the most you get is like a cup of tea or something. Everything that's serve sandwiches at all. But anyway. I forgot to turn on the VOR for myself. Still not ADF, but I do have a book that has most of the ADFs for most of the airports. But I can't find it. I haven't seen it in a while. But anyway, I think it's 355 for Entebbe. So got the ILS frequency for ILS frequency for Entebbe run with 17. ADF is 355. 355. Oh no, you have to do dash 355. Dash 355. So that should be the ADF for that. So I'll have that on the first officer's map screen, and that's it. That's all there is to do. Pretty much weather information is going to be up to date anyway, just for the mere fact that it's a very short flight, so the weather won't have changed all that much. It looks beautiful on the outside though, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's a very dark flight. The real life flight is really dark. Anyway, let me see. Let me sort the crossfeed. I think not that.
Raptor Bravo for Lima
looks like we're gonna have to descend as soon as we arrive, as soon as we reach top of climb.
Flight level 265, climbing flight level 290.
Loose Raptor Bravo for Lima Golf Heavy.
Horizon crossfeed.
Radar contact continue to mandate.
Back to my seat. Alright, so it's quite weird. The top of descent is after the top of climb, so it looks like we are going to have to initiate the descent almost immediately. So let me just get the information ready. Alright, our platform altitude, or the altitude we're going to be descending to, is 5,800. Airport elevation is 3,800 feet. I'm just going to wait until we actually get to cruise, even though we'll have been we're going to be way above our vertical profile. It's an interesting approach, I suppose, approaching way of doing this. What I could do is so we've reached our top of climb. Let's settle in just for a couple of seconds, and then I'll then initiate the descent again. I'll let the passengers know. Blah blah blah. Alright, so dial in the platform altitude. Why am I scrolling up? I should be scrolling down. Might have to employ some speed brakes just to increase the rate of descent. So let's now initiate that. Initiate the descent. Okay. So as you can see, the green dot is quite low down. So what I'll do, first of all, get rid of the tray table and the rudder pedal guards.
Loose Raptor Bravo.
Alright, so it's going to really descend quite fast.
300 feet below your assigned altitude.
Yes, there's a good reason for that there, Mr. ATC. And then
Climb and maintain flight level
it's gonna be a very rapid descent. So what I'll do, so I feel more comfortable, is I'm gonna extend the speed brakes a bit. And let's turn off the cabin lights now. Now the dashboard on this page. Like I said, there's a lot to do in this short of a flight. And I'm going to extend the speed brakes fully. You can sort of hear it as the aircraft sort of rattles about and the wind sort of rushing over the speed brakes. Okay.
Entebbe Center. Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy would like to change destination to Entebbe.
Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy is cleared. Entebbe Airport is filed. Squawk 0711.
Loose Raptor Bravo 4 Lima Golf Heavy cleared to Entebbe Airport is filed.
Really descending very fast, but we're gonna have to about 5,000 feet above where we need to be, because we're supposed to have held at we should have been at 15,000 feet at Monday, which is the previous waypoint, which is just gone past now. The next one is Utaxi, which will be at 13,000 feet by the time we get there. So yeah, we're gonna have to really increase our rate of descent,
Maintain present heading and
but we have to make it
altitude
comfortable
expect
as well. Like at the
VLS
moment, we're about 4,000, 5,000
approach via upper
feet per
transition.
minute,
Clear to updeck.
which is quite fast. A lot of ears will be popping, but yeah, there's weird calculations there. I don't think we should have climbed up to 29,000 feet, so it seems we've kind of got the calculations wrong there. But anyway, so we've increased our rate of descent just a tad bit.
Loose Raptor Bravo, 4 Lima Golf Heavy is
Going
cleared.
to,
Entebbe Airport is
I
filed.
could pull in the
0711.
speed brakes just so that yes, there we go. So we've got the speed brakes, and I'm gonna arm them as well. So
Loose Raptor
I'm gonna have to lift the nose just a tad bit, because the aircraft is it's a little bit slow to respond. So that's something I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for.
Following heading 045. Proceed on course.
Continue to taxi following heading 045.
Alright, so
Resume all
this
navigation.
is our first
Loose
altitude
Raptor Bravo
constraint,
4
which
Lima
is
Golf Heavy.
we need to be at
Loose Raptor
13,000
Bravo,
feet when we
4
cross the
Lima
next
Golf
waypoint,
Heavy.
which is
Maintain
the
present
taxi,
heading and
and that's when we
altitude
start our left
expect
turn,
ILS through runway
which will
17
bring us about
approach
20
via updeck
kilometers
transition.
within the 20
Clear to
kilometer
updeck.
ring as set in the fix. Alright, so auto brakes, I'm going to
Turn
select
left
low,
heading 010. Expect us through runway
set the
17
timer on
approach via
actually.
updeck transition. Clear to updeck. Loose
Yeah,
Raptor
don't
Bravo
need
4
terrain
Lima
just
Golf
because it's a
Heavy.
very flat area.
Entebbe Center. Loose
Entebbe
Raptor
city is
Bravo 4
fairly
Lima
flat.
Golf Heavy would like to change destination to Entebbe.
Got a lake right next to it as well.
Bravo, 4 Lima Golf Heavy is cleared. Entebbe Airport is filed.
So yeah, we're gonna hold 13,000 feet for a little while now because we're
Loose Raptor
kind of
Bravo
ahead of
4
schedule. We
Lima
descended
Golf
a little
Heavy
bit too
cleared to
fast,
Entebbe
but
Airport is filed.
that is still
Squawk
fine.
0711.
Not many aircrafts around us, but it's fine.
4 Lima Golf Heavy, read back correct. Radar contact 13,000 feet. QNH 1015, continue to taxi, following heading 045. Proceed on course.
Alright, so
Continue to taxi following heading 045.
ATC is trying
Proceed on
to
course. Loose Raptor Bravo 4
follow
Lima
the
Golf
flight
Heavy.
plan, but
Loose Raptor
doing very
Bravo,
well.
4 Lima
And
Golf
being the
Heavy.
only
Maintain present
uh,
heading and altitude expect
aircraft
ILS over
in
runway.
the vicinity,
17 approach via
they have
updeck
got full
transition.
control.
Clear to updeck.
Alright, so requesting more
Loose Raptor Bravo, 4 Lima Golf
IFR
Heavy.
clearance.
7,000 feet. Expect is soon
There we go, so now
runway
we are
17
actually
approach via updeck
being
transition.
told
Clear
to
to
descend,
updeck.
which is
Loose
good.
Raptor Bravo
Means
4
that
Lima Golf Heavy.
ATC has given up and decided to do what I want to do instead. Beautiful aircraft, love the modeling. Inibuilds all the way. They're kind of the new Aerosoft equivalent of Microsoft 20 series or the 2020s of the 20s. Because FSX it was PMDG, Aerosoft, then you had uh, what's it called? Majestic. Then there's Quality Wings, and then there's some other developers as well. But the real cream of the crop were the PMDG and Aerosoft. Even though Aerosoft wasn't considered as a study level aircraft, but it was very good, very well modeled aircraft. So yeah. Anyway, let me now focus on this latter part of the flight. So we should start descending again just before this left, just on the next waypoint. Alright, so green dot is dropping back to the center.
Rondair
I've seen any other aircraft within the vicinity as well. Let's have a look. Let's see if there's any. It's not showing anything.
Climb and maintain flight level 370.
Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about following that flight plan. But anyway, just gives us a rough idea where we are. So Entebbe should be somewhere around about there. Here we go. Left turn. We should start continue our descent. So I think that's the airport. Maybe not actually, but yeah, Entebbe is just around about there. So left turn. Now we can start descending again. We should start slowing down again. So we follow the altitude constraint, sorry, the speed constraint below 10,000 feet, which is 250, and then that's when the lightings will, the external lightings will come back on again. Alright, so what I'll do as well is turn off some lights here, so we get a little bit of darkness. I forgot what controls these overhead lights. I think it is this one. No, it's not. What? More lighting controls underneath this panel. I don't think they have any for the let's have a look. I don't think they have any for the yeah, they don't have any in the A330, but they do have some on the A320s. It's a little bit brighter than I would like. I'll turn on the seatbelt signs. And turn off the lights completely. So 11,000 feet, so we're coming up to our 10,000 feet where we start slowing down again, and the airport is around about there somewhere. So yeah, it's a very short flight. It's very little to do, especially, but actually I need to update weather information for our destinations. So QNH is 1017 still, so check, update 1018, 1018, temperature is 23 or 20, yeah, 23 degrees, yeah, so temperature 23 still, that's good. And then wind information, it's where is the wind again? 160 at 6 knots, so still low, yeah, still the same, that's good. And then we're going to start dropping. So we've got ILS frequency, we've captured it, or at least we've it's within range. So we've got the diamonds, the non-solid diamonds, and we'll keep an eye on that. So 10,500, really we still decided to slow down by now, or selected the lowest speed to 250, and we're slowing down as we sort of approach 10,000 feet. But we are going to be holding 10,000 feet for just a tad bit before we continue our descent, so this will sort of allow us to slow down as well to below 250 knots. So as you can see, the hollow diamond, which is the glide slope on the right here, that's rising up. Alright, so continue our descent. And now we've selected a lower speed. I'll give it a hand by extending the spoilers just a tad bit. So just not for too long. Just allow just sort of help the aircraft slow down, as it really does not like to slow down that much. So what I'll do also, so yeah, anyway, below 10,000 feet we can turn on the landing lights and wing lights, and also the nose wheel lights as well. Okay, have a quick check, see if they're on. Yep, there we go. As you can see, we are kind of overspeeding a bit, because we should have been below 250 knots. I'm going to arm the localizer just in anticipation of the capture once we turn right. So I'll select the speed to run about 180 knots. Come on to the performance page, and I'll select I'm going to activate approach mode. So this will select the speed, select our landing speed for us. So when I put the speed control back to managed mode, then I can sort of be more relaxed, knowing that the right speed will be selected, so it won't spoil the engine up or anything like that. So there we go. Alright, smooth so far. Now select flaps 1, so quick have a look, speed check, flaps 1. I'll select speed, and so speed. I'm going to select second flap speed, so once we get to 173, then I'll select flaps 2. We also transition altitude, we're going to set that to the local, which is 1018. I can now bring in the speed brakes as we sort of dive into the cloud, and I'm going to arm the speed brakes as well. Got to lose a bit of visibility as we sort of drop into the clouds, but very good good view. So speed check, flaps 2. So just go to external view for a bit of confirmation, and there you go. Flaps 2 selected. Alright, so we're going to be starting our right turn quite soon, and let's just keep an eye out. Just make sure everything is going good. Starting our left turn soon, so what I could do is wait until we complete the right turn, then I will select landing speed, and then select the flaps accordingly as well. So we've got altitude constraint here, which is to be at 7,000 feet at Avuli. There we go. So starting our right turn. Once the localizer needle starts centering, then I will select approach, and then also select autopilot 2. So still below the glide slope, which is where you want to be. You don't want to chase the glide slope; you want it to come to you. And so we nearly completed the right turn.
Maintain present altitude. Keep speed not above 230 knots.
So once the needle starts centering, I will select the landing speed, and also there we go. So select approach hold, autopilot 2, and then select the go around altitude, and also select the landing speed. So we're on about distance here, so we struggle to slow down just a tad bit. So what I'll do is I'll select flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. Should help the aircraft slow down, but once we drop the landing gear, then that's when. Alright, so we're having issues here with the let's make sure that we do not descend too fast, because I think we've kind of messed up a bit there. We'll select approach hold, and then let's help the aircraft slow down a bit by turning on the or by dropping the landing gear and then selecting flaps full. Landing gear is dropping. Okay, so we're now on the what is it, on the inside the cone. So lights up centered and localizer centered. So we can now double check and make sure the inform the cabin crew that we are ready to go, and they'll let us know when the cabin is ready, and it is, and that's it. So go select ground altitude, which is 8,000 feet, and yeah, so that's it. That's all there is to do. Could do the checklist, but it's pointless. But anyway, I'll turn on the runway turn off lights as well. But we're on about 5 kilometers from the airport. Alright, so we've got about 5 knot winds at the moment, headwinds, so perfect really. I could now turn off the autopilot and have a bit of hand flying time. Yeah, actually I'll do that, yeah. So cruising range, and there we go, autopilot off. I have the aircraft. It's a good handover, so I'm just going to make sure that I keep I'm going to follow the puppies more so than the glide slope, but there we go. The glide slope seems a little bit off, but touchdown. Reverse is full. Spoilers deployed. Decel. So it's a long way before we exit, so I'll turn off the auto brakes, maintain and keep auto thrust, reversers on for a bit longer. 70 knots, reversers off, so we can exit the runway a little bit quicker than if we had to slow down a bit more. Could also turn off the landing lights. So I'm going to use manual braking, and once we get to this first exit here, this one apply a little bit more power. Apply a bit more brakes, and then I'll slow down a tad bit. Bring it on about. So it's not a rapid exit as such, but alright. So this first exit, and this is taxiway B, and yeah, welcome to Entebbe. A bit more braking, so it's got more difficult turn, or sharper right left turn here. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll turn off the the strobe lights, and we'll turn into the taxiway Alpha. A bit of power, so we'll turn a bit quicker. I can't wait for when they'll change the aircraft for this service. I wonder what they will go with. Will they? I don't know if Brussels Airline will be purchasing the Neo. But anyway, so APU on. APU start switch also on as well. So just gonna wait for the aircraft to, sorry, the APU to come on. Track the spoilers. Disarm the auto brakes. And this is going to be the new cargo area, so we could see what they do. You know, once the airport is fully updated. Currently, they're still working on the passenger terminal. So, I'm going to turn off lights, land the lights off, taxi lights on. Don't need wing lights, but I'm going to keep them on until we get to the when we get close to the terminal building. Now this is a bespoke airport, which is handcrafted airport by Asobo, and yeah, unfortunately they haven't really done much with it. I think Gate 5, which is a jet bridge, is not properly aligned. So yeah, and it's one of the airports they actually included in the advertisements, but they have not really given it as much attention as it really needed, or as much time as they would have needed to get it correct. Most of it's okay. I mean, the texture looks fairly anyway, but I hope future updates, if they ever do get to Africa on the world updates, hopefully they will fix that, but they really haven't. Oh yeah, I forgot to stop the clock as well. So total flight time about 42 minutes, but 40 minutes because we about 2 minutes ago, since we actually exited the runway. But yeah, so I don't think they've done any updates for Africa yet, so yeah, so gonna wait. Let's see what they'll do, what they will update, what they'll bring in. Alright, so yeah, I think the strobe lights are off, that's right, so I'll just have to make sure. I didn't know if they'd gone off or not. And some of the, as you can see, it looks a bit wonky, as if we are not on an even surface, like a bit of a Dutch tilt to it. But anyway, so this is meant to be a fire station, but as you can see, it's just a cube. But yeah, they've got a lot to do yet, a lot to do for this handcrafted airport. Alright, so before we go anywhere, Entebbe ground, request parking, and then we'll go to GSX and get them ready for us. So gate, and it's gate 6, but they haven't even included that. So let's slow down just a tad bit here. Let's take this right turn. A couple of aircrafts already here. We've got fly Dubai. I believe that's supposed to be a CRJ, which is going to be Uganda Airlines. Then we've got a 737 Ethiopian Airlines, but no. I need to turn on the brake fans. Alright, so it's a very steep hill, so you do need to apply a little bit of power to climb up it. Alright, so why is not connected to sim brief? So flight suitable. Apply a little bit of power because we do need to. So there we go, Ram 6. No, we don't need to follow me, but we do need to get. Marshals have been dispatched, so that's good. I'm curious, have I changed some of the okay, we need to keep rolling. I think I've changed some of the mapped keys. Yeah, 2 engines, so I don't know what's happening. Let's see. Taxi ribbon, autopilot, flight director. So yeah, it's correct. I don't know why I was not able to disengage the autopilot as I was landing. By the way, we're here now. Let's get some. Let's get moving. So yes, as I was saying, they've been doing a lot of work actually on the entire terminal building. Like all these used to be the old cargo area, but all this has been cleared out, and they've built a new terminal building, which is not yet complete. Some parts are 100%, but it's a long way from completion yet. I think when I was last leaving, they were just testing the new jet bridges, so they're not even in operation yet. So you sort of enter from the new building or the new terminal building. Departures, arrivals are still in the wrong place, which is there. That's where the arrivals terminal is, and then obviously departures is here. But all this is not here anymore. There's a jet bridge, and no one has, no developers have worked on Entebbe Airport even since ever since Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I don't know why there's Entebbe Airport doesn't get all that much love. But anyway, let's slow down just a tad bit. And then we're going to take this right turn. I don't know if we're going to get some help. Alright, let me turn off the taxi lights. Okay. I've got any marshals or the bottom. Oh, he's there. Oh, I just got rid of the floating distance guide. Alright, so let me see how far they're gonna get me to alright, there we go. So a little bit to the left. Slow down a bit here. Alright, keep coming. So I've got 2. Yeah. So the one to follow is this one. So it's a GSX one. Nearly there. Nearly. And stop. Alright. Set parking brakes. He's going to do a jig. Nope, he's not going to dance. Oh, what a shame. So, engine 1 and 2 off. And I'm going to turn on the storm lights. Seatbelt signs off. Smoking signs, leave that in auto. and in fact a bit askew. Does yeah? Well, it's your guide that it's your guide to blame. All right. So where is it? There we go. So stop, save, great stuff. I was just walking off. I've never seen that before. I thought I'd never seen him walk off. That's interesting. Okay, and that's it. So let's have a look and see how bad we've done. It's not too bad. I mean, it's a little bit too far ahead. I would have preferred if they'd parked us within the this red line here. But anyway, that's GSX for you. All right, so let's bring up the. Didn't match the sim brief. I'm not, okay, never mind that. So I'm gonna request the jet bridge, which is not working for whatever reason. Let me use pushback helper. Jetway, there we go. So I don't know why GSX does not do that. Anyway, it's as if it doesn't know where the jet bridge actually is. Alright, so let's have a look. I'm going to operate the stairs. Operate the stairs. As it's approaching the aircraft, go to ground. Toggle the GPU and we can go on to ground power. As soon as ground power is on, turn APU master switch off and turn off the beacon lights, and that should be that. And then also the fuel pumps, and brighten up a bit. That's it. So APU is off now, and we are in Entebbe. Welcome. Would have preferred to have done it all at once, really. You know, flown from Brussels to Kigali, then Kigali to Entebbe. But anyway, it wasn't meant to be, so I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm going to now open the passenger door, and then let's request deboarding. All right, so let's go request deboarding.
Airbus 5 X-ray November India Lima IFR to Dubai. Ready to copy.
Airbus 5 X-ray November India Lima is cleared to Dubai Airport as filed. Expect runway 17. Maintain flight level 360.
Clear to Dubai as
Okay,
filed.
so
Runway 17.
there's a lot of clutter on the
Maintain
floor that I
flight
really
level 360.
affecting my
Vector frequency
it's just
is
this
128.5.
shopping cart here.
Airbus 5 X-ray
I
November
would prefer
India
to just
Lima.
sort of move back just a
Airbus
tad bit,
November India Lima
just for
is
me the
at
fact
ground.
that as you can see we're
Contact ground
kind
at
of off
121
there for a bit
runway.
but let me see if I can actually let me see if I can customize airport position. Kind of assistance. It's okay. You have to wait until all the services are stopped. Alright, that was quick. Passengers are pretty much got. Actually, I forgot to. Now the idea is, yeah, because I'm kind of parked on a on this baggage cart.
Entebbe ground.
Yeah, so GSX needs to fix that. So we've got an A330 here without any textures. My best guess is that that's either the A3, that's either the KLM or the, well, yeah, it's going to be the KLM, but it's just not got the right textures yet. So anyway, we've got a Ethiopian there. Let's just join in fly Dubai and also the CRJ as well.
5 X-ray November India Lima. Requesting pushback.
Entebbe ground, Airbus 5 X-ray November India Lima.
Usually
No
when
pushback tug is available to answer your request.
I'm at Entebbe, and they have the option of the stairs at the back. I usually use the the rear stairs and sort of just walk straight into the uh, passport control, or border control, and it's a better view to just walk right next to the wings. But some people prefer the jet bridge, especially if you sat right in the front, or the front section of the um, or yeah, if you sat at the front part of the economy, which is a weird weird thing to say, front part of the economy. Um, yeah, you kind of get into there and then you can sort of board from there. So
Airbus 5 X-ray November India Lima with India, ready to taxi.
sounds like someone's. Oh, there we go. Someone's pushing back. Yeah,
Airbus 5 X-ray November India Lima. Taxi to and hold short of runway
Airbus 5
17
extra. So
taxiway
yeah,
control.
they don't even have
Contact
an
tower
airline
on
for it,
runway
so that's fine.
16.1 when ready.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, all that's left is basically just the deboarding and boarding in the new passengers. All the other passengers remain will be the passengers from Kigali to Entebbe. I wonder if anyone's ever kind of any Kigali passengers ever forgot to depart the aircraft and ended up flying to Entebbe, or falling asleep and finding themselves back in Brussels without their luggage. I suppose not. I suppose there's enough safety of checks to make sure that no passengers uh, overstay their welcome, I suppose. But yeah, I think that should be it for this flight. Not really much to do now. I will at some point do the return flight to Brussels, or could even just switch onto the KLM flight, or from Entebbe to Amsterdam Schiphol. But yeah, thank you very much. I will actually, what I'll do is I'll take the passenger, take the pilot out for a quick walk outside the aircraft.
Entebbe ground. Kenya 417 ready to go.
Where is it?
IFR clearance
Open
to
the door.
Nairobi.
Should be able to see the passengers actually
Clear to
deboarding.
Nairobi Airport as far.
But yeah, the Inibuilds have done a good job. The lighting is a
Clear to
little bit
Nairobi
off.
as filed.
That blue
Runway
just seems to
17.
just bleed from
Maintain
everywhere.
flight level
So
tree
it's not
50.
really you don't have
Departure
like spotlight.
frequency is
Even though there seem to be
128.5.
some
Squawk
here,
6604.
and the
Kenya 417.
cabin very basic. I don't think it's actual
Kenya 417, read back correct. Contact
business
ground
class seating for
120.9.
Brussels Airline.
Good day.
Screens are off. But yeah,
Entebbe ground. Kenya
board out.
417. At general aviation parking. Information India.
So I mean, they just went for sort of just a basic, just a that'll do kind of
417 Entebbe
approach.
ground. Pushback approved.
But yeah, I'll show you what happened here. So we kind of run into this catering truck. Oh, sorry, not catering truck. This baggage truck.
Entebbe ground.
This and we've still got this Marshall here as well. But yeah, that's why we keep
Entebbe ground. Kenya 417.
bumping.
No pushback
But
tug
it
is
would be
available to answer your
best if
request.
we kind of moved a couple of inches back a bit. Um, but yeah, I will try and re-edit
Entebbe ground.
the
Kenya
parking positions
417.
for GSX,
No
so
pushback
hopefully
tug is available to answer
stop us
your
at the
request.
decent place. But with that said, I will finish where we started, or where I was standing, and this is on this side. So just watching our happy customers depart the aircrafts and start their adventure in Uganda, while some passengers are waiting to depart Uganda, and Kigali passengers are just got a long way, got a long extra wait before they actually get to their destination in Brussels. So thank you ever so much once again, guys. I will hope I will be back again either later on tonight or tomorrow, and I will
Kenya 417.
yeah, do another
Taxi
flight.
to
I haven't
and hold
decided
short of runway
where to travel to yet, but I want to pop back into the A350 because there's been a new update that added a hub heads-up display, but it's not been implemented yet, or it's not been it's inoperative, so it's not working yet. So that's something that I'll look into. The other thing as well is it could be the 777 again, because I just love the 777. It's my my favorite aircraft of choice. Really, if someone were to ask me, but the A350 has some new updates, some new little things here and there that they've added in the cockpit itself, and yeah, looks forward to checking it out. So until then, I'll leave you guys with this nice little scenario of my happy customers. Hopefully, some drunk, some not. That are arrived in the destination. So thank you very much. I'll see you all again in the well, like I said, near future. So I will be doing flight tomorrow. Might be popping into ECS2. But till then, see you all and have a nice evening, morning, afternoon, or whichever time of day you're experiencing. So thank you. Goodbye.